May the 4th. May the 4th be with you. Star Wars Day, as some might call it. Yeah, here we are. We almost didn't have a podcast tonight because it's been storming all day where I am. Our power went out for like 30 seconds. Came back on, and then my computer wouldn't turn on right away. I had to like completely unplug it and plug it back in for it to actually start up. So I'm glad we are here because this is a busy week.
Yeah.
Let's see. Sam is with us here in the chat and
Hi,
says,
Sam.
"Hey Kyle, rate my new Gungan OC. His name is Georgior Well. He wrote the Star Wars version of 1984." I like to imagine that there's a number of Gungans out there who are really into conspiracy theories, but if they're anything like Jar Jar, no one ever takes them seriously. So here is this one Gungan, George Orwell, who wrote the Star Wars version of 1984. Palpatine is watching, like he has his fingers in all sorts of stuff. Turns out he was right. He's a prophet.
Right.
Who knows?
Jar Jar knows some stuff. They put him on the Senate or something. Jar Jar has an important job.
Yeah. He somehow has an important job. Indeed. Star Wars Day. I figured we could do our like game of the week or question of the week kind of.
Yeah.
We don't have a segment name for it because it's not a consistent segment, and sometimes we don't even have one. But I felt like we could do something that revolved around Star Wars. And I figured we could do that in the first half of the show instead of saving it for the second half. Just switch it up a bit. You know what I mean?
I think it's a good thing to do because I was coming here tonight with a lot of Marvel stuff that I wanted to talk about, and I'm like, it is Star Wars' day.
Yeah,
like you gotta
we'll get there. We'll get to the Marvel stuff.
Give some love to Star Wars. Let's put Star Wars first, and then we'll talk about Marvel for a change. Marvel will come last.
Indeed. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to number 187 of the Whatnots Captain's Log. My name is Kyle Springer, and I am joined by Melissa Wilkinson. Melissa, how's your week been?
It's been going fine. I got my holographic cup back.
Ooh. There you go. It's one of those big old Starbucks drink mug things with a straw.
A Trenta even. I love these things. This one's holographic. It's got mermaid scales on it, and my roommate borrowed it like 2 weeks ago. I see you with your pure leaf. No impure leaves for you. Extra sweet?
Extra sweet. I have to do the extra sweet. They're like regular sweet is just like bland.
Wow.
I'm from the South, so I like the diabetes inducing sweet tea that is just pure sugar.
My roommate borrowed this cup, and then I would see it in the console of her car. But we work opposite schedules. She works nights. She sleeps all day. So I was never able to ask her, would you bring me my cup back, please? So finally, I've been reunited.
It feels good. Feels so good. Good stuff. Well, yeah. Let's jump into this Star Wars game that I thought we could do. I thought we could make ourselves a Star Wars. I found a Star Wars name generator that came up. You can generate male names, female names, all kind of different species names. They have Hutton names. They have Mon Calamari names. They have Rhodian names. They have Twi'lek names, Wookiee names, droid names, all sorts of stuff.
I wish this list came with pictures because, like, I don't know what all these aliens are. I don't know what a Duros is.
I know I've seen them. Well, I'm typing nothing because I didn't click on anything. Duros Star Wars. Oops, where'd it go? There we go. Duros Star Wars. What do they look like? Oh, you might not know him. Cad Bane. Did you watch all of
No,
Book of Boba Fett?
I watched none of Book of Boba Fett.
Okay.
I know I've heard the name Cad Bane before. Does he have a hat?
He does. He has like a big old cowboy hat.
Okay.
With like a flat,
I know him. He's the hat guy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's one of them. He's one that I recognize here. But yeah, so they're all sorts of Star Wars stuff we can create names for. So I thought we could gather together our ragtag group of heroes, anti-heroes, princesses, twins, who knows what. Well, so I went to the web page. I'm on the web page right now, and it automatically gives you 10 like male names.
I guess so.
On there, I have 2 characters that have the same last name, so I just assumed they were like brother and sister, which I guess they're both male names.
Who knows? These could be whoever you
brothers.
want, Kyle.
Right? It's
But I do like your stipulation that there must be twins.
Jaffin and Poro. Syko is their
Syko!
name. The Syko Bros.
The Syko brothers. Man, they are tearing up Toshi Station. You gotta watch out for the Syko brothers. One of the example names I got is Blonde Pavand, which to me sounds like an intergalactic Augustus Gloop. I'm just picturing a round, blonde, bowl cut, some sort of a space dessert magnate, like whatever candy exists in space. Blonde Pavand is like the patriarch of this chocolate family for space chocolates.
There you go. That makes sense. So besides just coming up with names and characters and small backstories and stuff, I want to give them a movie to be in. Like what is the plot? Like what is the plot of our movie? Now I have an idea for one that I can run by you, but I want to know if you just in somewhere in the back of your mind you have rattling around an idea for what you think would be a good or an interesting Star Wars movie or show. I know you're not the biggest Star Wars fan, but you've seen some of them. You enjoy them. They're fine, right?
Yeah. Those are my thoughts. Robot shiny. Room big.
Rattling around somewhere back there in your mind, you thought, you know what? They've never made the Star Wars for me. This would be the Star Wars for me. Okay. What would that be?
We've discussed often my love of large sci-fi rooms, just unnecessarily massive interior spaces in space stations. So let's really fill that room up. We're going to an intergalactic trade convention. Everybody's got their little booths.
Trade convention. Okay. Is this a trade convention or a con? Like, is this just like Comic-Con, but in the Star Wars universe? Or is this actually like...
It's tradespeople. Okay. So this is the people who make like a data pad or whatever. You go to their little booths and you're like, whose data pad am I going to get? I run like the big box store of Star Wars. Who's going to be my supplier for this hot new tech? Or it's all sorts of consumer products. This is the electronic showcase, but in Star Wars. And we've got my dessert magnate Blonde Pavand there for something. There's got to be like at least one food stand, right? He's sponsoring it, and they're like, "Are you sure you don't want to?" Like this con is no real food. There's no protein. This guy's just selling chocolate bars. Are you sure?
I'm gonna open up a new Google Doc here. So we can at least
now we know we're
type
serious.
this out. Yeah, and make some notes here.
You didn't even put it at the bottom of the Google Doc we already have. You had to make a new Google Doc.
I guess we could do it there. I didn't even think about that. Let's just do it there. So now I have an empty Google Doc that all it says is star because I didn't finish writing out.
Right. No, that's perfect because we've not determined yet if there will be war.
So something that I've always wanted to do or see more of Star Wars, I guess not always, but an idea that got sparked in my head when we were watching the Star Wars anthology show, Star Wars Visions. There's a short story in that one about a band who plays in I guess at a pod race. Jabba the Hutt is there, all that stuff, and they kind of petition Jabba right then and there. They put him on the spot to be like the first Hutt clan sponsored band. And all of that stuff. And I was like, you know what? Something like that would be really, really cool. Why don't we see more music within the Star Wars universe? So I want to include as like a band, like the story of a band playing.
You've already got
convention.
The Syko Brothers. You can't come up with a better band name than the Syko Brothers.
So let me ask you this. Combining our two ideas, what is the plot? Like, is this a heist movie? Are they trying to steal some technology from CES, or do they need to infiltrate the band to get into get in good with the Hutts? Like, what's happening here?
So your story of rock and roll and crime, and my story of a consumer electronics convention.
Maybe they're playing at a bar right next to the
right. So maybe this,
right?
Yeah. So this is some business convention. Maybe this is like you're gonna play after the keynote speaker. This way, everybody's gonna be interested in the keynote speaker, the like space Steve Jobs. You know, after him, the Syko Brothers. They're gonna play.
Yeah, but is this their like one big chance, or do the Syko Bros do something else, or are the Syko Bros just the entertainment and there's something else happening?
No, they're going to crash the keynote speech. So like space Steve Jobs, you know how hot those Apple speeches were?
A goofy
and they're like,
movie. You know how
exactly,
he crashes?
exactly.
It's okay.
They're gonna hijack this.
Let's see. Star Wars movie. There we go. This is the Syko Brothers. What kind of music do they play?
Oh man.
Are they like an Alderanian punk band?
They're whatever their power line genre. They're like
pop. What about like pop punk?
Sure. Yes, that sounds like the Syko Brothers.
Yeah, a pop punk band plans to crash the I'm still calling it CES. Crash the CES keynote.
The Coruscant electronics show.
Sure, yeah. Speech, goofy movie style. Okay. And then let's see, what were their names? It was Jaffin.
I generated
and what was this other guy's name? Poro. Poro Syko.
Is this spelled Syko? How is it spelling Syko?
It's spelled Syko.
Oh, okay.
Or like
not
psycho.
as exciting.
It could be psycho, sicko. either one is acceptable, right?
The Syko brothers is way funnier to me.
Yeah. Okay, who else is in our cast of characters? That's what we need to know.
Okay.
Here. All right. Who's the keynote speaker? Is this?
Okay, our keynote speaker. Well, I mean, who better to... We can generate droid names, but they're just like numbers and letters, so it's not exciting or funny.
Sure.
We gotta put a droid in there somewhere.
Should the droid be in the band?
Oh, yes. This is like when Hank and Dermot start a band and Helper is their drum machine.
Yes, exactly. And all right, let's see. Let's go down to droid names. Generate. I have. Let's see. What are some good ones here? I'm gonna switch over so everyone can see.
How are they good?
Just ones that stand out. I don't know. Ones that like roll off the tongue. Like R2D2 rolls off, but something like
there's a poetry there.
OX1L does not roll off the tongue.
Y10.
Y10?
7Geo.
Ooh, I like 7Geo.
We have I2 121X, I2IX.
I like 7Geo.
Yeah, okay, 7Geo.
Sevgo. Maybe that's what they call them.
Well, can't they just call him Geo? It's already there.
Yeah, that too, yeah.
Okay, so our keynote speaker, what are names that are good?
Is this the new what was your chocolate magnate? Is he the one giving some speech?
No, he's his role is chocolate magnate. He's giving out.
Maybe he has some new chocolate technology for consumer
Here,
entertainment.
I think we have seen Twi'leks in the field of entertainment. I want to see a Twi'lek in the field of business.
Okay.
I want to see a Twi'lek in a pantsuit.
Twi'lek in a pantsuit. Okay. Twi'lek names.
Natina. Natina is here with the hot new iPhone for space.
I got Rotina. I got Onlana. I got Ra Rashal.
I like Ra Rashal.
Jam Lesta. Bib Cinda.
Bib Cinda?
Yeah.
It's got Bib in it. I like that.
Like Bib Fortuna.
Right.
That's the, yeah.
Ravina.
Ra Rashal? Did you like the...
I did dig Ra Rashal, yeah.
Ra Rashal, keynote speaker.
Ra Rashal, Twi'lek in a pantsuit is here to sell you a phone.
Ra Rashal, keynote speaker.
Wow, we got to get a hut in there because these hut names are fun.
Absolutely.
The hut is like the hut's have always been enemies. Do we want to have a hut that's like on our hero's side? Maybe the hut is like works in operations at this giant space convention center and like lets them in, like opens the doors for them virtually, you know?
Okay.
Let's have a positive hut.
Positive huts. Okay, I got Gotataka Diori. I got Tyrepara Oger.
Let's see. Wow.
Barappa
I've got
Basadi Baga.
Parappa?
Barappa. Like B-R.
Brappa.
Yep.
I like Brappa. That sounds like a sound.
Brappa.
It's a sound effect. Brappa. I've got Brappa. It's Brappa. I'm not even going to read mine. I like Brappa.
We could always mix these. Like if you like Barappa, but you want a different like middle and last name, because it looks like they do these like 3-part names.
Yeah. I've got one named Rixo Nasiri Jola or Jala. I like Rixo.
Barappa Rixo. What about Barappa Rixo Gula?
Gula's nice. I've also got Boga Proga Bleary. Boga Proga. Hi, I'm Brappa Boga Proga.
Let's go with that. Just because it's funny. No one can say it without laughing, so they never took him seriously. That's why he never went into organized crime.
Oh my god! Right. Instead he just does operations and security at the largest convention center on Coruscant.
Yeah. Okay. You guys are seeing our notes here on screen. So let's see. It's Barappa. And then how do you spell the rest of it?
It was Boga, Boga, and then Poga, Pogga. So maybe Paga, but you know,
Barappa,
do
Boga,
what you will.
Like I guess head of security for convention.
And he's rooting for the Syko brothers.
Right? Yeah. Let's see. Can I zoom in on this? You guys can see that a little bit more. Here we go. Okay. This is not 184. This is 187. There we go. Okay. Let's see. Let me go back over. Should have. I want a Mon Calamari in there.
Yeah, they've got interesting names. I've got Jesme.
I like that one.
Yeah.
Keep that one in mind. Whoa. Oh, I have some here that just go by one name, like Cher.
Right. You can have either if you're a Mon Calamari.
I have one named Abal and one named Ashnam.
Genko. Mina
Genko's
Milu.
A good name.
I like Jesme.
Jesme. Interesting. Jesme. What? So who is Jesme? And can you spell that one out for me?
That is Jesma.
Okay.
Jesmi.
Oh, okay.
Nice symmetry there.
Jesme.
Oh, another trades. That's a trades lady. She's also selling something.
Okay.
Maybe she like went to college with Ra Rashal and like also could have invented the space iPhone but didn't and is jealous.
Went to college with
It's the project that got away and the lady that got away. She didn't get either. She's single. She just made like a space beeper. It's not as cool.
Could have maybe Ra Rashal is the one that invented the hologram tech.
Ah, right. So this is like hologram version 3, like new version. It's hologram Sierra out now. Hologram 10.
V3. Yeah.
Hologram okay. Vista. You're gonna love it.
It's the Windows 97 of hologram technology.
Our new OS is called Hologram Me.
And yes, Sam, someone did say Poggers. There we go. Let's see. Could have invented the hologram tech. Could have been married to Rashal.
Could have,
would have, should have.
What's a Trandoshan?
Trandoshan. Let's see here. Trandoshan Star Wars. They are Babosk. They look like the lizards. They look like they're reptiles.
Okay. Man, because I generated Trandoshan names, and one of them is Crad. I love Crad. I feel like that's a bully. This is who like bullies the Syko brothers at Space High School. And it turns out he's there. You didn't say they were teens, but I decided they were teens.
So I have it written down here. Crad, space bully.
So he's going to stand in their way. He's going to close the doors that our hot friend opens.
Yeah, I feel like he is the. What about this? I feel like he is the Flash Gordon of this universe, right? Or he's he was Spider-Man's number one friend, but he doesn't know that Japon and Poro are the Syko.
Oh my god!
And so they perform in like in masks.
Yes. Okay, you said he's like the Flash Gordon of this universe, and I thought that Crad was going to be like this fictional hero everybody looked up to, but no, you meant Flash Thompson.
Yes, yeah. Flash Thompson, not
I do like
Gordon.
this. I like this. I like that the Syko brothers perform in like masks or costumes or something. Yeah, and their bully Crad does not like like the actual Syko brothers.
Yeah.
but loves the Syko brothers, the musical act. And presumes,
They're
it's
just
different ones.
Yeah.
Very common name.
Syko's a common name. It's like Smith. It's like Skywalker. Everyone's a Skywalker these days. They wear masks on stage. There we go. Let's see. Doesn't know the Syko bros. Let's see. Space bully. Big Syko bros fan, but doesn't know the Syko bros are actually the kids he picks on in high school. Crad.
Crad.
He was a Trandoshan, right?
Yes. So we've got all the key characters. We've got a band who's two brothers and a droid. We've got a big tech icon. We've got the tech icon's ex-girlfriend. We've got a Hutt who he's like Wayne Knight in Jurassic Park, but chaotic good. Like he's there to help people. That's how I'm picturing this guy. Hawaiian shirt and everything. But it's, instead of palm trees, it's space plants. And then a chocolate magnate. All the characters you need.
Right. Okay. So let's see here. Let me finish these notes. Jesme. She was a Twi'lek, right?
She was Ra Rashal's a Twi'lek. Jesme is a wet one. Yeah.
Mon Calamari. Okay. Mon Calamari. Okay, and then you have your chocolate magnate. What was his name again?
Blonde. Blon.
Okay.
Pavond. Pavond. And Blonde Pavond.
And that was a human?
Yeah, it was just first thing on the menu. This one menu it starts with is male names.
Yeah. Chocolate magnate.
Gotta have him. Why is Star Wars never given us a chocolate magnate?
He's maybe he's supposed to be like after the keynote speech, or so like he's the one that gets upset that the show gets crashed because everyone's taking his spot.
Right, and it's the opposite of Crad, where he's met the like actual brothers at the show and he thought they were nice, but then he's very mad at this band.
Hates the band, yeah. Present after the keynote. Met the Syko brothers. Syko bros. Loves them. Hates the band for disrupting his time in the spotlight.
Perfect.
And then Rawashal was, what was his thing again?
It's a lady Twi'lek in a pantsuit. Pantsuit's extremely important. And she's invented new hologram tech.
Okay. Ooh, so it's a lesbian romance here. Interesting.
Who knows? Who knows their lives? We'll come to find out.
How do you spell Twi'lek? That's what I want to know. How do you
Twi''lek?
Okay. Yeah. Okay, there you go. I did hologram tech version 3.
I can't wait for us to forget we did this and read this back in 5 years.
Okay, so I think we have our story. Right? I think we have our story.
Picture the crawl.
So the last thing we need to do. What's the name of our Star Wars movie story?
Syko, a Star Wars story.
Syko mode. Star Wars story. I'm okay with that just because of how stupid it is.
Right.
Let's see here. Syko Mode. What if that's the name of the band, Syko Mode?
Yeah.
Syko
no, it's got it. I love the Syko brothers.
A Syko Mode, a Star Wars story. Okay. See, Sam says the guy standing at your window wearing a Syko's shirt going, yes.
Do it.
Okay, so here's our story so far. Syko Mode, a Star Wars story. This is all about the Syko brothers, a pop punk band that plans to crash the CES keynote speech goofy movie style.
Yes.
I guess they're on Coruscant, right? For the Coruscant Entertainment
electronic show.
Show.
Electronic show and also chocolate.
There's some new like vending machine technology, and that's what the chocolate magnate is there for. We've repurposed the walking trash can droids, the Gronk droids, or whatever
droids.
They are. Yeah.
Chalk
to
droids.
now be vending machines. So they plan on crashing this keynote speech. It is their one big shot to impress all the record labels, to impress the girls, to get signed, to do all of that stuff. They want fame, they want glory. So meet the band. It is Jaffin and Poro Syko and their droid 7Geo, who they just call Geo. Geo is their drummer. Jaffin plays bass, and Poro is the lead singer and guitarist. Yeah?
Yeah.
Cool.
Geo just plays drums.
Yeah.
Just like that one episode of Venture Brothers.
Indeed. They wear masks when they're on stage, so no one knows who the actual Syko Bros band is. Kind of like Daft Punk or MF Doom, right? They wear a mask. Their identity is kept secret. And they have a fellow high school student, because if you didn't know, these kids that are in the band, they're still in high school. They're still real young, just
Obviously.
trying to go down to Tashi Station all the time, right? But Crad, the Trandoshan, is a space bully. He's their high school space bully. He does not like Jaffin and Poro. He hates them. He thinks they're stupid. They're dweebs. But he is actually the biggest Syko Burrows, the band.
Mm-hmm.
He loves them. He's been to all their shows, all their concerts. He can recite every song backwards and forwards. He had his first kiss to a Syko
I like that.
Song. He's gotten word, right, that there is going to be a secret show at this convention, and so that's why he is there. He's in the crowd. He's stocking up on chocolate. He's
I was imagining he's like somebody's nephew, right? And he's there just like lifting boxes and like setting up a booth for like some family member who's like an inventor
job. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. But I also like that he gets he wasn't supposed to be there. He got his way in somehow.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, at this convention, there's a keynote speaker, Ra Rashal, who's a Twi'lek. He is the Steve Jobs of
She's
the
a
Star
lady
Wars
in
universe.
a pantsuit, lady pantsuit.
She. The Steve Jobs of this universe. She wears a very nice looking pantsuit, very dapper and sharp looking. She's the one that invented the hologram technology that you see in all of the Star Wars movies. They've come out with a new version, smaller devices, bigger screens, bigger projections, all that stuff. They are announcing it at this convention. But the Syko Burrows have other plans. Mixed in with all of this chaos is the one and only Barappa Boga Poga. A hut whose name is so ridiculous that no one could take him seriously, so he couldn't go into organized crime and instead is head of security for the convention center, but is still just not doing a great job.
Mm-hmm.
So he's there. He's the one that lets them in backstage and is just like, you know what? Why not? They're not paying me enough for this. No one takes me seriously.
I like the moxie on these kids.
Right? Yeah. Look, I shouldn't. They already don't take me seriously. They'll take me even less seriously if I let you in. But I like your spunk, kid. I like your moxie, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. So he lets them in. They rush the stage. They play. There's all of that stuff going on. What is Ra Rashal's reaction to this? Oh, that's what I want to know, because he somehow has to be mixed up with Jesmi in this. So is there some kind of differing opinion? Do they play a song dedicated to Jesmi or something, and they have like they reunite on stage and they have a dance together?
Yes, this is the first ballad that the Syko brothers have ever written. I like the idea that Jesmi's like bitter, but also like this is maybe the one chance she has to get back in touch with her old college girlfriend and inventing partner.
What if not only were they like scientist, entrepreneur, inventors, but they were like secret like metalheads. Metalhead lesbians, right. And so they do this power ballad, and they're just like, "Fuck yes, like let's rock out," and that's what they do. They rock out on stage.
The music brings them together. The way that technology drove them apart.
Oh, there you go. There you go. That's the love story at the back of this. Jesme is also presenting at the conference. She is much lesser known of an entrepreneur. They had a bad breakup in college or something like that. She could have invented the hologram tech. She could have married Rarashal. She could have, she would have, she should have, but she didn't. All she made was a beeper. But yes, with the power of music, with the power of rock, Rarashal and Jesme are brought back together. They have a touching reunion, a moment on stage where they rock out, and maybe they decide to go into business with this new upstart band.
A hologram that also beeps.
A hologram that also beeps. Beep, beep, beep. But yeah, maybe they decide they're the ones to get back together. They start a business together, and instead of technology, they invest in music. They start a record label, and they sign the Syko Bros.
Or they make the first MP3 player Space has ever had.
Yes, the first space radio. There you go. The first space iPod. This first space Zune. They invent the Zune.
Yes.
There you go. There you go. That's our story. Syko mode.
I think this is solid.
A Star Wars story. That was a lot of fun. That was fantastic.
Disney, buy it. Please make this your first Disney Channel original movie in the Star Wars universe.
Yes, please. Yes, let's make it happen. Final thoughts on our Star Wars story?
Good.
Is there something else you want to add? Good. Yeah.
There's also the
Good
chocolate
stuff?
magnate, but like he doesn't even have to have a subplot. They just see him sometimes. He's just a running joke.
Yeah. He's there. He's the running joke. He angrily shakes his fist, right? He hates them, but still tapping his foot secretly, right? All right. Let's take a quick break for housekeeping, and then we can get into all of our Marvel news and DC news and Star Wars news and all sorts of stuff here. So we will be right back. We put a lot of hard work into the shows that we make, and yes, we make multiple different shows here at The Whatnots, and we'd love it if you check them all out. You can find out more information on our website at thewhatnots.com, as well as your favorite podcasting platform of choice. When you type in The Whatnots, all of our shows will pop up right there. Just don't forget to give us a nice rating and review if you like the shows. If you want to support what we do here at The Whatnots, patreon.com/thewhatnots is the best place to do that. You can support us for as little as $1 a month. You can get all kinds of exclusive content at the $3 tier. You can also get a shout out and a thank you on all of our shows at the $5 tier. You can support us on Twitch by subscribing to our channel at twitch.tv/thewhatnots, and we would love to have you all join us for our live streams and talk with us in the chat. And lastly, we have merch. If you'd like to grab yourself a shirt or a sweatshirt or a mug or something else, go to thewhatnots.com/store to pick up some merch today. All right, and we are back. A big shout out to all of our Patreon supporters. Thank you so much for supporting us. It means a lot. We cannot do this without you. So thank you a ton. Cool things that we've been up to here at the Whatnots, and we have a lot going on this week. On the review show, we just covered Deadpool 1 and 2. Believe it or not, it was my first time watching both of them. I hadn't seen them. So that was good and fun. And then for this coming week, we are watching Twister. which takes place in Oklahoma, which is where I'm now living. So we are watching that one. I think it'll be a good time. Keep your eyes peeled. On the reactor core, we have lots of things coming up here. We're about to do our part 2 of Moon Knight coverage. We will do a spoiler cast for Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. They also did a brand new Kenobi trailer today, which hopefully we'll have some time to react to that as well. But yeah, lots of stuff to look forward to. On Crossplay, our video game podcast, I played through A Plague Tale Innocence. I also played Sifu, which just got a big update that now has an easy mode and an even more challenging difficulty. You guys can go and explore all of that stuff. That game is fantastic. But also, Square Enix sold off most of their Western studios to invest more in blockchain and AI. So who knows what they're up to? I don't know. But that's what we've been up to at Crossplay. So yeah, go check all that stuff out. But without further ado, let's get on with the show here. On to the rest of our Marvel news. See, Sam in the chat says, at least Square Enix doesn't get Gex anymore. They don't own it. Yeah, they no longer own Gex. So if there is a time to bring Gex back, it would be now. They can finally do that. There you go. Okay, so I have to say real fast, Legends of Tomorrow has been canceled, and I am upset.
Oh dear.
I'm so mad. This is one of the DC Comics CW shows. This is kind of their oddball misfit show. It's basically Doctor Who mixed with like a little bit of Guardians of the Galaxy, right? It's like a ragtag team of characters that by all means probably shouldn't be a team. But they somehow are a team, and they are traveling through space and time and saving the DC universe from all sorts of stuff and causing all sorts of mayhem too. The first season of this show wasn't necessarily the best, but this show very quickly grew into something that was special. This was secretly like the DC CW show's like best show, and the fact that they canceled it without it like they were supposed to make a new season, but it never got one, and then we just officially heard that it got canceled, so it ended on a cliffhanger.
Sucks. No.
So can't do anything about that. But I think part of that is all these big shakeups that have been happening over at Warner Bros. And Warner Media. I know they recently merged with Discovery and all of that stuff. I know some of the execs have been like, we need more DC movies like Joker and all that stuff. And so I think they're just kind of taking a look at all of their stuff. All of these shows were on the CW, not on HBO Max. So that could also be part of it there. But I'm upset because this was a good show.
Yeah. So. I've never heard anybody but you mention it, but you do speak of it very highly.
Yeah, like it's not gonna compete out there with like Mr. Robot or Game of Thrones. Like it's not gonna be that level, right? Like, there is just
first
something
in our
special.
Hearts and first in the world's heart.
Right, yeah. Like there is just something special about this, that it kind of just did its thing on its own and didn't care like how crazy ridiculous it got.
How long did it run?
7 seasons.
What?
So yeah. And it's they went for 7 seasons, and they do the like network television like length. So it's like Here's a 18 episode season. Here's a 20 something episode season. Yeah.
That is hefty. I do kind of understand why they're like, that seems like plenty of that. I'm sorry it ended on a cliffhanger, though. Hopefully they find a way to resolve that.
Yeah, hopefully.
That shouldn't happen to anybody.
There you go. But let's see. I think that's about it for like DC Comics news that I want to mention. We have some. So Doctor Strange is out this week, and Melissa, you have written down here that you did their fitness challenge. What is the Doctor Strange fitness challenge?
The Doctor Strange fitness challenge is that you watch Doctor Strange, and when they move their arms around to do magic stuff, you move your arms around too. I did this. And I had to first I was like, what if I just like shadow boxed the entire movie and I just mimicked the entire actions. And then I'm like, nah, like that's gonna get exhausting.
The like magic hand stuff.
Well, at first I was like, well, I'll just do everything Benedict Cumberbatch does. I will turn my body into a mirror of his. And then I'm like, it's too many like small menial actions to try and do. I'm only going to do the wizard stuff. So when any wizard does the like opening up a portal, I spun my arms around so much. I had my fingers in the sling ring position. Right. Anytime they do like magic stuff with their arms. I was like watching a clip from this movie months ago, and I'm like, if I did that the whole time, how many calories would I burn? I could call that a workout, I guess. At the end of the movie, I'd have watched Doctor Strange again, which is nice. And maybe I'll have burned some calories. Who knows? My arms will get a nice stretch. So I did it, and it was a pretty good time.
Interesting. Okay.
I didn't do it through the entirety of the movie because I did have to eat dinner also. But through most of it, yeah. Just wave your arms around like they do on the screen. It's that simple. You can do it yourself. Do it at home. Make a night out of it.
Too. Yeah.
Right. Put on a sweatband and get ready.
I was going to say, put on your best wizard robes and make yourself a sling ring, and you can do all of this stuff with them.
I'd like to try this with other movies. Like, this is the first one I thought of because it is just like lots of arm motions. But I'd like to find another movie where it's like, okay, move the furniture aside, put on the sweatband. I'm just going to do what the movie is.
There has to be one you could like walk or run in place to. Like anytime
Mission Impossible 3.
Like anytime a character is walking, you walk. If they jog, you jog. If they run, if they sprint, you sprint, but all in place.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. I would like to try this.
That'd be funny.
Like there's cinema gyms where you're on a treadmill in a dark room watching a movie, but you're on the character in the movie isn't on a treadmill. Who knows what they're doing? Yeah. This is like part that and part when you go see Rocky Horror and there's people in front of the screen doing Rocky Horror, but you just do it in private for yourself in your living room. And maybe you burn calories. I don't know. I don't have a Fitbit. I don't know what it actually did. But it was fun.
Yeah. Interesting. Well, in other Marvel news here, we got two big Marvel news things. The first I'm going to mention is that the director, the Fantastic Four movie, is no longer attached. What's his name again? It was the guy that did all the Spider-Man ones.
John Watts. And that's why he's no longer going to direct the Fantastic Four, because he's like, I just need a break from the superhero genre. And buddy, I get it. I understand. Yep. Put a lot of love and care into these Spider-Man films. They've been these huge tent poles. I get it that he's like, I need to be in a different space for a while. Yeah. More power to him.
Yeah, that makes sense. I get that. People can get burned out. I've gotten burned out just from doing stuff here at the Whatnots, where I'm just like, I don't want to be on the podcast today or this or that. But yeah, that it still stinks though, because I have always said that if these superhero movies want to kind of grow and evolve, they need to not really be superhero movies, right? They need to lean into other genres and stuff like that. And I think from what I'm understanding, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness is a very Sam Raimi ass movie. So that is a good thing. And I think Marvel is inching towards that direction, that like, hey, we can really lean into these genres and stuff like that. But I feel like they should have been doing that 5 years ago.
It happens sometimes. You know, you've got a space opera and a political thriller and a heist comedy. There's bits of it in there. And I think regardless of how much they change the genre focus, it's got to be stressful on a director to have so many highly scrutinized projects in a row. And if he wants to go to a small indie drama somewhere, I bet that would be relaxing for him.
Yeah, I just with all the tight security and secrecy between Disney and Marvel, and keeping all of this straight, and here's the story you can do because this character is over there and this thing and that, and here's the ones you can't do, you can't use this. Yeah, that I can see why he would just want to be like, you know what, let me do my own thing where I can basically decide to do whatever the hell I want. But unfortunately, John Watts is no longer directing Fantastic Four. So bummer.
I wish him good luck, and I wish good luck to the project. I'm sure it will continue in some form. We've known nothing about it, and when it was announced that he was going to direct it, I was a little surprised. We did have that Fantastic Four Easter egg at the end of Far From Home, where there's just the
1, 2, 3
construction banner on the New York City street that says 1, 2, 3 ? Who knows what we'll build next? But outside of that, the tone of the Spider-Man movies was not close to what I would have imagined the tone and style of a Fantastic Four movie would have been. Of course, the creative person can stretch themselves, much like Reed Richards, in all sorts of directions. You can make all kinds of projects. I know what they were cooking up, but I'm sure it would have been a fantastic movie. But I think it can also be a fantastic movie in other hands as well. You know, there's any sort of direction they could go. I know Peyton Reed, the director of the Ant-Man movies, has been wanting to do a Fantastic Four movie, shopped around an idea for a while about a 1960s Fantastic Four movie akin to the Beatles' A Hard Day's Night. And I would love for that to be resurrected.
That's been one of the thoughts going around, is to make it a period piece in Marvel's history. Like in the 60s or something like that. I saw an interesting tidbit today that I think it was comic book writer Dan Slott who was like, the only thing that I would want to, like, my only bit of like casting advice for Johnny Storm would be to make him the same age as Peter Parker, like make him younger, which would be interesting to see if it was in current modern day times, to see them kind of be friends, right? And
I like that idea
together. That would be interesting. But yeah, I mean, there's all sorts of things they could do. Like, I would love to see, I would love to see it almost be similar to Doctor Strange in how trippy it can be.
Yeah.
But instead of magical, it's like science and space based stuff. Where I mean, hey, we don't know exactly what quantum mania means, but that seems like that I feel like would be up the right alley. Or like when I think of the period piece idea, I envision like a much more serious drama where the Fantastic Four has like defense contracts with the government,
could be anything,
and stuff like that. I could also see it almost being like an Adam West Batman style, like super cheesy, like space.
Yes. Like, they've got dance interstitials between scenes like in Austin Powers.
And it spins into
please
place
no
there.
MCU movie has brought us interstitials yet.
Like I could see them going in so many different directions. I could also see them like taking this in a much more interpretive direction where it takes place across 4 different like 4 different universes, like 4 different versions of this thing somehow, some way. Just like some kind of big mind fuck that it's all like that, like it's building one big story, not in the way that they're tunneling into this universe while these ones are tunneling in, but like by following these 4 separate distinct universes and switching between them, it builds its own story. If you slot in that scene here, that scene after it, and you just like the time periods are less plot relevant, more set dressing. Does that make sense?
Now you got me thinking. I don't think this is a practical thing for them to do, but I would love if The Fantastic Four was an anthology film of 4 mini films.
There you go. Yeah.
And maybe like each of them is about the Fantastic Four, but you give all 4 of them to different directors and then you get these different styles. You get these different time periods and these different tones.
Yeah. Yeah. Like that's kind of what I'm thinking, but instead of making it I guess my idea is instead of making it an anthology, it is still one like unified story, but just different scenes of that story are set in those different I guess the word set is misleading, but while the story is being told, you see it in the perspective of different time periods. Does that I feel like it's hard to explain, but once it comes together, it's like that makes sense. That would be trippy as hell. So I don't know, but I wish them luck on Fantastic Four.
I do too. I was thinking of who I would like to see direct a Fantastic Four. And, you know, people have said the best Fantastic Four movie we've seen is The Incredibles. So get Brad Bird to do it.
Yeah, that absolutely.
And when I think about what I want, I think about the Mission Impossible movies and how they're like full of gadgets and tech in a very exciting, shiny way.
Sure.
I would like the Fantastic Four movie to have like at least a small percentage of gee whiz energy.
Yeah. Interesting. Well, the other big Marvel news that we got here, we got some updates on some release dates here. The Marvels is now coming out July 28th, 2023. It was originally slated for, or I guess not necessarily originally, but it was previously slated for February 17th, 2023. And then Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania will now be February 17th, 2023. And it was previously July 28th, 2023. So essentially these two just switched. That's all that happened there.
Okay, so do we have anything coming? Is Black Panther still slated for this November?
I think so, vaguely. Only we had some kind of technology to look this up.
Because it's moved around so much, and it's been in sometimes it's been in summer tentpole or like fall prestige or February for Black History Month, and I don't I've lost track of where it's supposed to go.
Let's see. So Google is kind of saying, let's see, when is Black Panther 2 coming out? Still says November 11th, 2022.
Okay.
According to Google. Thank you, Dr. Google.
Thank you. All right, Multiverse of Madness this week. Thor in July. Black Panther November. Okay.
I had my 10 Marvel predictions. One of them did not come true. One could still happen, but I think with this date switch, I now no longer think it will switch, because I also predicted that Wakanda Forever would get delayed to that February 17th slot. Because that's also Black History Month, and I think that would just be that. It's just another one of those weird things of like, we haven't really heard much about Wakanda Forever and what's happening. We've heard problems, that there's been delays and stuff with Letitia Wright not wanting to get vaccinated and all sorts of stuff. So I don't know, but we'll see. We'll see. So yeah, Ant-Man and the Wasp and the Marvels switched places for early 2023. I hope that means more Kang the Conqueror.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Soon.
Oh yeah, I think Ant-Man and the Wasp will be a good. It's coming out in February. I think that's a fine date movie for Valentine's.
Yeah, that'll be good.
You got a romance
rom-com
at the heart of it. Everybody's agreeable to Paul Rudd. Anybody will go see him. My mom loves Paul Rudd. And then I like giving Captain Marvel this like big, and the Marvels as a collective, we celebrate them all, giving him that big summer tentpole space. Because the Captain Marvel came out in March, which is... I went to see it. Plenty of people went to go see it. It was the lead up towards Endgame. That made it very big. But I don't know, I like that it gets to have one of the bigger time slots given to it. I think that's nice.
Yeah, indeed. Well, I think that's kind of it for news and stuff that we can talk about this week. So yeah, I think that wraps us up for this week on the Captain's Log. It's a lot of fun getting to make our own Star Wars and talk about some Fantastic Four ideas. This is a good one.
Talked about movies, planned our own movie.
Indeed. So yeah, with that, I guess, Melissa, where can the people find you on the internet?
I do want to acknowledge briefly that since we've moved the Captain's Log time slot, I don't know when we're going to get the chance to do Yankee Goes to Hollywood again, which is our segment where one of us teases the other one about a new movie by saying, in a very abstract sense, if the movie was a scented candle, this is what it would smell like.
We could, when we would record on do it. It just wouldn't.
We would record. It wouldn't be from. Well, we used to record on Friday nights, and you would go see these brand new movies Thursday night, and I always see them Saturday morning and make a day out of it. So you would always see things before I would, almost always. So that's what it was. It was one of us giving clues to the other person. And we can still do it. It just will probably be from us to the audience and not from one of us to the other one.
Yeah, we would have to come up with a scented candle that represents the movie we saw here on the Captain's Log and be like, bam, that's what it is. This is what
I'm excited. Next week. Next week, we're going to talk about Multiverse of Madness, the candle.
Yes, indeed.
It's going to be a real smoky one, I'll bet.
I bet. Real visceral. Smells like blood.
This is an incredibly visceral candle.
Good stuff. Where can they find you on the internet, Melissa?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Wilkywit. That's WILKYWIT. And listen to my other podcast, Saturday Morning Obscurities, show where me and my brother Jams talk about weird old kids shows you feel like only you remember.
There you go. And you guys can find me at Yo Kyle Springer. And if you guys want to stay up to date with all of the stuff that we do here at the Whatnauts, we're at the Whatnauts on Twitter. So please go like, share, and subscribe. That would help us out a ton to spread the word and all of that jazz. But yeah, this is it for number 187 of the Captain's Log. We will see you all next week. Bye.
Bye.